Hey scrappers, it's Tom from the iScrap app, and wherever you're watching us this week, we welcome you to our weekly report, where you can learn about scrap metal prices, news, ask us questions about materials, or ask our advice on the markets. If you're looking to ask those questions, ask us whether it's live or after, and we'll always get you those answers. Come on in, let's go talk scrap.
Ho, 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 ho. Happy Wednesday to everyone. We hope that you're doing well, getting ready for the big red guy coming 10 days from today. Hopefully, or really 9 days, right? Christmas Eve. Hopefully you've been good. And listen, here's the good thing about being bad this year. If you get coal, I've learned that coal's super valuable as we keep having heating prices and everything else going up. So, hey, maybe being bad will finally pay off for those of you out there that always say, I get coal in my stocking. So let's talk a little scrap prices. We'll go over a couple of things, go over a couple of holds or sells, and give you a little idea of what we see going on in the market going into the second half of December and the finishing up of 2021. A couple of weeks ago, I talked about probably a good time to sell if you were holding and waiting for the holidays. And here we are. Copper prices dropped 13 cents today, about 20 cents overall in the last 2 or 3 days. A lot of people don't know why. And one of the main reasons is people are selling off because traders are taking profits. They're getting things off of their books onto the 2021 tax year. There's not going to be an aggressive amount of exports going on across, throughout the country because, people all over the world are celebrating Christmas and New Year's, and that will affect, the different ports that are shipping things in and shipping things out. However slow they've been, it'll be even slower for the next few weeks. And it's one of the major reasons that we saw copper prices dropping. At the same time, for those of you that are just exhilarated by listening to the Fed talk about monetary policy, they did say that they were going to start, raising interest rates. And by raising those interest rates, you're going to start to see more companies paying more interest opposed to the 0 to 3% financing fees that we've seen for mortgages and credit cards. You're going to start to see people paying more money. So that spooks investors. That's another reason that we saw a bit of a copper sell-off. That being said, I still like the markets. We saw these prices drop back in August to the level that they're trading at today. And before August, it was all the way back in January 2021 that the markets were at the levels that they are today. But still, you want to compare January 2021 to January 2020, you still have $1.50 that was added on top. So we've seen really strong growth, and that's what we want to focus on going into 2022. We have a bunch of wrap-up videos that we're going to be posting over the next few days, talking about 4 different categories: aluminum, steel, catalytic converters, and copper. And that's going to give you a market recap from 2021 and a preview for 2022. So things that I recommend holding maybe for a couple of weeks, unless you need that holiday cash. I still think the prices are high. Copper prices are something that you're probably going to want to hold on to. But if you're looking to sell a couple of things, insulated wire prices weren't affected as much. Normally, when you see a 20-cent drop in copper, you don't see a 20-cent drop in insulated copper wires. You only see maybe a 2 to 9 cent drop or 10-cent drop. So those are still very strong prices. Brass still very strong. Yellow brass we've seen between $1.80 and $2.25 per pound out there. That's your regular everyday brass that you're scrapping. Aluminum, has it weakened a little bit? Yes, but it hasn't weakened so badly that we're going to see the markets dipping down, to where they were a year ago. 5 cents or so, they're off, but nothing super crazy. Last but not least, we're going to talk about catalytic converters after this short commercial break.
At rrcats.com, we have everything that you need to sell your catalytic converters. We have an easy quoting system that you can send pictures or serial numbers to. We have the ability to get your cats graded within 1 business day. You'll get quick payment via PayPal or check. If you look at our Google reviews and our other online reviews, you will feel confident with the team at rrcats.com to be able to purchase your catalytic converter time and time again. We look forward to earning your business at rrcats.com today.
So with some of these price drops that we've seen in the catalytic converter side of things, we want to highlight some of them just so you realize how big they are. Palladium back in November was, 28% higher than it is today. That's a big market drop. That's because of the semiconductors, and it's also because of the lack of demand because the auto manufacturers right now. So 28% drop there. We saw a platinum drop of about 17%. So, you might want to hold on to your catalytic converters for a couple, maybe a month or so, just to see where the markets are going and see if there's a rebound after the holidays back into regular manufacturing. We're starting to see automakers pumping out vehicles much more efficiently and quicker than they were over the summertime. So that might have a rebound for the catalytic converter market. But if you want to look at it in a more macro point of view, opposed to just a month over month, we're still up. Really strong prices. Average national prices are in the 145 to 160 range, obviously down from where they were back in May and June, but still really strong prices overall. So cats might be something you want to hold on to. Always get some price quotes from rrcats.com. This way you can get a gauge of where the markets are, and then you'll get, some shipping and free shipping and stuff like that. So that'll help you out. But overall, the other metal I want to talk about, steel, heavily affected by the oil markets. We saw another decrease, about 40 to 50 bucks per ton down the month of December, but we're still really in a strong place going into January 2022. I see oil prices continuing to stay strong as demand is picking up more and more as more people are getting back on the road, more trucks are out there moving, more barges are going across the ocean. They all are consuming oil and some type of gas product. So this is going to contribute to the market having more of an uptick in the January side of things. But steel doesn't shock me, as some mills and some furnaces are shutting themselves down for some equipment maintenance over the next 2 or 3 weeks. When it gets really cold, a lot of these furnaces don't like to run because really, really cold steel, really hot metal. You put the two of them together, it causes some of their machines to crack, break. So some furnaces will shut down for the month of January or some of those colder stretches to prevent themselves from having further problems. So you might see a little more of a dip down in January and then February as well. But I believe that March, April, May, we're going to really start to see some strong prices coming out across the board. We'd love to answer your questions. We're probably going to have one more of these videos for the rest of the year. Check out our market recaps that we have coming out through YouTube and our other social channels over the next few days. And hey, I'll talk to you soon. Until next time, I'll scrap you later.